Hello everybody, and as promised, more reviews. I'm now on my absolute dream bike, and I can't tell you how nervous and excited I am. Not nervous because I'm scared of having an accident on my dream bike, or that I've got £1,000 excess if anything should happen. Nervous because for the last 2 years, ever since I've seen these in the flesh, I've pined after one. And you know, they say never meet your heroes, and I'm nervous that I don't want to ruin my hero, basically. So I'm on a 899, probably one of the last ones in the showrooms from fairly new. This one's got just under just under 1,900 miles on it, and it's just gone up for sale about 20 minutes ago, probably about £10,000 at Moto Rapido. To which I've got to say thank you very much for letting me ride the bike. Sounds amazing. And we've just got into race mode. Oh, I'm not nervous anymore. Fucking hell. So the riding position is quite extreme compared to the old street triple, obviously. The position is a little bit extreme when you're going quite slow. Anything below sort of 65, 70, you're not getting enough pressure off your wrists. But take it above that and it's actually alright. And you can sit up a little bit on it. I understand that this is supposed to be the better daily bike option. Because the other Panigales be too extreme, but I'll tell you what, there's not going to be a lot that's going to keep up with a well-ridden one of these. It's going to have to be a decent rider. This is the first time I've ridden a sports bike since probably Kieran's ZX6R over a year ago, or around it. Actually not a year, about 6 months ago. And I'm not a massive fan of having loads of weight on the wrist, especially if you've got, I do take the missus out on the back. But this doesn't feel too bad. It's quite easy to sit up a bit. I can feel I'm stretching the back of my spine slightly, but it's not extreme, not as extreme as the S1000s. It sounds fantastic. Handles, it seems now bearing in mind the street triple is a bike all about the handling, really. That engine is a fucking peach, but this is genuinely, it's a little bit slow to turn in, but once it's turned in, it feels like it'd be really stable. I'm hoping you guys are picking up that exhaust because it does sound really nice, and this is the standard can as well. So this is the Billy Basics 899. There's no bells or whistles, no extras on here, no fancy tarty bits. You've got the quick shifter, and that comes as standard, and you've got those pipes that are completely standard as well. The quick shifter is very intuitive, very easy, doesn't need a lot of pressure at all, works in any revs. The screen and the fairing's doing a fairly decent job of protecting me from the wind, although it's not a very windy day and I've not been going fast constantly, but the wind seems to be hitting me on my chest, so it's not even getting into the neck or anywhere like that, so that's quite nice. Having the fairing there as well, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice bike. It's quite light. It feels like it would on a warm day with dry roads. These are a little bit greasy, hopefully you're picking that up. And I don't know why, but there's a lot of gunk on the roads as well. One thing I don't like is the rear brake. The peg is quite high. You actually have to lift your foot off the peg to use the rear brake. I don't like that. The seating position is quite nice. You're a little bit stretched, but nowhere near as extreme as ZX6R. Doesn't feel as uncomfortable as the S1000R. Not that that's an uncomfortable bike, mine. Just, you know, I'm used to naked bikes. The only bike I had with clip-ons was my Sprint. Yeah, when it gets into the corner it feels so stable. You're not really getting that much buffeting. A little bit of wind noise, but nowhere near as bad as what would be on a naked bike. So the screen and the fairing's doing quite a good job. Handling nice and smooth. We've been very steady. Yeah, it's a lovely bike. You could commute on this quite well, I reckon. Brakes feel really good. Yeah, brakes feel very nice, very secure. It feels good in a turn, which is what I like. A little slow to turn in, but maybe that's just me getting used to the clip-ons. What I do really like as well is that engine braking. I've hardly had to touch the brakes at all. I know I've spoken about it on my previous videos, but the engine braking for me is a big thing. I don't like to use the brakes unless I really have to. Oh look, straight into neutral. First time of asking, I don't know what Kieran's moaning about. Alright, that's fiddly as hell. Getting the kickstand down. Love this thing. This is fucking amazing. Right, so the acceleration is pretty fucking good. Not gonna lie to you. It's got 146 brake horsepower. It's light as hell. It's a V-twin, so the power is instant. There's a little bit of a rush towards the 8,000 mark, but not like an inline 4 where that's where it starts getting going. This thing will pull from the bottom of the rev range. What time are we on? Oh, we've got 10 minutes. So for someone like me, my riding style, I like corner speed. I think this would be my sports bike of choice. It might only be an 850 V twin or 898 V twin, but it's light, it's stable in the corners. It'll help you push more and more when you're on the nice dry warm roads. It's surviving nicely on these damp, greasy, sort of crap infested roads. And the suspension, I've not had to worry about it once. Obviously it's adjustable. It just feels fantastic. And it sounds, I'm hoping you're picking up that sound. I would say it's all about the engine, but it's not, because it's a lovely handling bike as well. The quick shift, all the standard kit on it, the quick shifter works fairly well. I've had a few issues, but you know, it might be me, might be teething problems, getting on with the sports bike. But you do get a few extras as quick shifter, adjustable suspension, as you'd expect on a £10,000 bike, or £13,000 as a brand new. Feels nice and light, it's comfy, you know, you could ride for a good cut, what, 2 hours before you need to either fill up or have a leg stretch. It's not extreme, my knees aren't, you know, bent, my legs aren't uncomfortable. The seat's quite thin, but it's actually really comfy. I suppose there is a pillion seat there, but I don't think you'd want your pillion to endure that for too long. I'm not that cruel. It's not that vibey either. A little bit of these lower revs, but and when you sort of put it down, but we are in fourth. Guys, it's a very smooth bike. If you're trying to be, and I'm in race mode as well, so I'm on the most aggressive sort of throttle mapping. So there's 3 modes as well. There's race, sport and rain. Rain obviously cuts everything down by 70% or to 70%. Power wise, a very soft power delivery, and things like traction control and that are pretty high, pretty intrusive. Hey, it's fucking awesome. Yeah, the clutch has got a nice biting point as well. It's just a really, really nice bike, guys. Really nice.